There I was, right in the middle taking care of some of my W-9s, and all of a sudden this man walks in and says, "Matthew, come follow me." I'm wondering, who is this guy? I thought he needed some tax forms, so I gave him some. I told him to fill them out and bring them over to the station too. He just smiled at me. I don't know what came over me, but I'm a tax collector. I don't just do this stuff on a whim. So I spent the whole day with him and his friends. It was getting kind of late. So we headed over to my house, and I realized that a bunch of my friends have decided to stop by. And there they were, all sprawled out on the living room floor. It was getting kind of uncomfortable. So I ran into the kitchen to grab some cold cuts and a Snapple, and I came back, and what did I see? I saw my friends talking to his friends. And what did I hear?
I heard some noise coming from the tax collector's house. I had just got done praying in the temple with some of my colleagues. So we went in to go investigate the situation. Now, in his house, I saw this man, a man claiming to be the Son of God. I knew this was a teachable moment for all concerned. So I went up to one of his disciples, leaned against the wall, and I asked him, if he truly is the Son of God, then what is he doing amongst all these sinners?
Sinners? It's not like we didn't know we were the bottom of the barrel. But the word, it still hurts. Everyone was real quiet, waiting to see how Jesus was going to respond to this Pharisee. And Jesus looked at that Pharisee and said, "The healthy don't need a doctor. I came for the sick. I desire mercy and not sacrifice." That Pharisee, he was so mad. I knew right there that I was going to choose him. I know I wanted to be healthy from the inside out. I would follow him wherever he tells me to go. So that's what I did. But that Pharisee, I think he had a different opinion.
My opinion of this magician will be better served on another day. He desires mercy and not sacrifice. Who is he to tell me what he desires? I know the law like the back of my hand, and he has the nerve to tell me what he wants. I cannot change the law, and I will not for the likes of him. What I have been doing for these years is the right thing. You can call me old, callous, not with the times. But one thing I will not stand for is this. I will not be mocked. I'll see that he gets his in the end. He'll get what's coming to him. You can bet on it.
I bet we weren't out in the garden for long. We just got through eating a big meal in the upper room, and Jesus, he talked about someone betraying him. That's when he led us to the garden. It all happened so quickly. He asked if Peter, James, and I would come a little farther and pray. We kept falling asleep. We didn't mean to. We were so full, and this must have happened a few times. He would come back and wake us up. I remember him saying, the Spirit is willing, but the flesh is so weak. The whole night is such a blur. I still can't believe Judas started this whole mess. Did he really think what he was doing is right?
Right there. The one praying by himself. That's Jesus. Now here's what I'll do. I'll walk up to him and I'll kiss him on the cheek. Now the others will try to protect him and cause a scene. But leave them alone. I'll bring you to the one you want. Now, I get 30 pieces of silver for this. Right? So we agreed on. I want every cent. Don't worry. It'll work. Remember, leave the others alone. The one you want is the one I kiss on the cheek.
Betrayed! With a kiss of a friend! What was he thinking? The guards, they came up and arrested Jesus. Then things got crazy. Peter ran up and cut off a guard's ear, and Jesus put it right back on as nothing was the matter. They took him away to be put on trial. I would love to say we stayed and fought for him, but we ran. I ran. I was afraid. We fled like scared little kids. I know what I'm going through, but I can't imagine how Judas feels after what he's done.
What have I done? What have I done? I can't believe what I've just done. Was I so foolish into thinking I can push the hand of God? My priorities, they've been messed up since day one. I can't live with the decision I've made. I've killed him. I've crucified my king. I've crucified him.
Crucify him! Crucify him! That's what they screamed. All of them. The crowd wanted me to kill this innocent man. I have to comply. It's my job to keep peace in this miserable town. I didn't want him to die. Something in me was drawn to him. I can't explain it, but the people, there was such an uproar. So I made it easy for them. I gave them the choice to take Barabbas, a murderer, or this man, this king of the Jews. It seemed like a simple decision, but surprisingly, they wanted me to crucify the innocent man and release Barabbas. My wife, she told me to have nothing to do with hurting this righteous man. My heart told me the same thing. So I washed my hands of it. I gave him over to the people. They made the final decision. He was whipped, flogged, and on the Hill of Skull, where everyone could see, he was crucified.
My God! My God! Why have you forsaken me? I am poured out like water. My bones are out of joint. My strength is dried up. The wicked have enclosed me. They have pierced my hands and my feet. Father! Forgive them, for they know not what they do.
finished. The guard that took him down made sure of it. Now, some people say he claimed he'd come back to life. I doubt it. Not after what my soldiers did to him. I mean, it's possible he had delusions. It's not the first time someone's claimed to have superpowers. His disciples, they probably spread this rumor in an attempt to have his memory remain. In a few weeks, he'll be forgotten. The world will go on without him. No one has ever come back from the dead. And he's dead. Never to be seen again.
I tried to accept the fact that I'll never see him again. Then Mary came. She must have been going mad. She was saying irrational things like she had seen an angel and she had seen... It's too painful to even talk about it. To say that Jesus is alive. Why is she doing this to us?
Why were they doing this to me? It seemed like every time I turned around, they were talking to me about Jesus. I was really bothered. I was torn inside.
I remember being torn inside. Do I hope? Do I fear? I couldn't stand it, so I ran all the way to the tomb. I have to tell you, my heart was pounding.
My heart. It was pounding on the inside. Was it true that God died for me? Because he loved me? I was afraid. But I was hoping.
I was hoping, but I was so nervous. The tomb was open, so I ran in. And after I saw the folded linen, I knew something important had happened. And then everyone saw him. And then I saw him. That changed everything. We had left him. I denied him. And here he is. Came to restore me to hope. My life came back into me.
My life will never be the same again. He's real. And everything he did for me. He rose from the dead, and in many ways, so did I.